All right, so today for the best practices video for remote learning, I wanted to talk a little bit about Google Classroom. Now, this is going to be unique to social studies because that's what I teach, and the things may or may not translate directly for either your social studies program or for math or language arts or something like that. So organizing Google Classroom in a way that makes sense, not just to you, but to your students is really important, especially like at a school like ours where they have multiple Google Classrooms. Like they've got one for library and technology, which is through the Learning Commons. They have religion, language arts, social studies, math, Spanish, science. They have an art classroom. If they're in drama club, they have a drama club classroom. There's a bunch of them. If they're an 8th grader, they have the capstone classroom for their special capstone project. So it's important that you try to organize things in a way that's going to make sense for everybody, and that might be kind of similar across the board. So the first thing you want to do is, we're going to take a look over here at the classrooms real quick. So here are my classrooms. This is from the teacher perspective, obviously. So my students don't see exactly the same thing, although they will see things like due dates for things that are due. For example, my class in 8B Social Studies has an assignment due Wednesday next week. 7th grade library and technology class has got two assignments due today. One of these is actually for my class as well. We work together on assignments. So this is article analyses of articles that they've read to go along with a book that they read so they can write a paper about it in my class. So that's an assignment they have due today. So they'll see that they have things due today. So we're going to take a look at my 8A Social Studies class. So this is the stream. The stream automatically updates with whatever is the newest, which I hope you already knew, but that's the way that is. You probably don't want to use the stream to organize or tell the students to use the stream to organize. It's more difficult. For example, every morning I'll go ahead and move this to the top, the class video meeting, so they can come into the class video to meet for homeroom to take attendance for the day. If you've signed up properly for Meet, then your Meet link for the class is here. Now, because we meet in large groups of 60, I actually use this link for both A and B. So I didn't have the B classes in any of my classes generate a link. I only just assigned this link to both classroom assignments. I'll show you what that means. So here's classwork. And so I've decided to put everything into topics, which is really the best way to organize it. So each topic then has all the assignments for it, and it's easy for them to come down and see. So here's the primary source journal. So if you've been following that on my YouTube videos, you'll see this is where I put the primary source journal assignments. Here's the original assignment, and then it goes up from there. All right. And this is chapter 9 from my textbook. So this is where we began on remote learning with chapter 9, and then now we just finished chapter 10. So here's the final assignment, and then I'll give them the test next week. So this is how really the best way to organize things is into topics. So when you go to do classwork, you just go to create. And if you want to create an assignment that's going to be graded, you use assignment. If it's a quiz assignment, you can do that. I don't usually use that because I usually have the quiz attached to another assignment with other things, but you can definitely do that. You can pose just a question where they have to answer, or you can use material. So I use material often when it comes to the primary source journals. You'll see that here. So for this assignment, I'll go to view the material. This isn't graded because they do this all in their journal. So this is where I put just a material, just the video they needed to watch to do the prompt. And then you can go back. So this is where it's best to organize things. Now, if you have science and you do things in units, and the units are broken into chapters, you might not want to do a unit as a topic. You might want to do each chapter as a topic. My social studies book is no longer broken into units, chapters, and sections. It's now just chapters and lessons, which I actually really like because I never used the unit organization anyways, or very rarely even referenced it because it just didn't seem like it made a lot of sense, which is probably why it's gone in the new edition. So this is really the easiest way to organize. And then once it's here, you can direct your students to when they need to know what's going on, go to classwork, because the newest topic and the newest assignment will always be up front. Up here you have the options for Meet. So you can create a Meet right there. You can go to Google Calendar, and this will show you where all the things are on the calendars for them. And it'll fill in all the items on the calendars. And that's how you can see their calendar view, the student's calendar view. And then you can go to the class drive folder from here also. So these are easy access points for you to access other items easily while you're navigating your classroom. It's easy access to those items. So hopefully that's a little bit helpful in how to organize your Google Classrooms effectively. You're really organizing by topic and then by assignment, and making sure that if it's not graded, you don't use the assignment option, you use something else. That way it's not confusing to them that it's going to be graded. You can use material, question. And if you want to reuse a post, like if you're like me and you have 8A and 8B, you can click reuse a post and use that post as well. So hopefully that was helpful in helping you understand how to organize things.